Alright, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Decentromedia's first video. So today, I'm going to be talking about why I believe that Bitcoin will reach 100K by 2025. So right now, we're looking at 23,000, and obviously, as you guys probably know, Bitcoin's been on a little nice run as of recently. And just look at the year-to-date, nice jump, all-time highs of around 60,000, 63,000. So 100K by 2025 in 2 years is not out of the question for sure, and I don't even think that's outlandish actually. Um, so let's start with my first reasoning because I love to give evidence for obvious reasons. So many of you know Cathie Wood of ARK Investment Management, and I want to point out in this article, she says Bitcoin holders are more long-term focused than at any point in history. Meaning, at least 155 days, and I think that's a little short. I think people who hold Bitcoin at this point are in it for the long run. It's had its fads, jumping up and down. It's got a lot of time to weed out the weak holders. Um, and I think anyone that's in the Bitcoin game at this point is in it for the long run. So we're not going to get much lower than 23,000, or you know even lower than 17,000 at this point. It's looking up, especially because this is essentially a deflationary asset. Um, Second point I'd like to bring up is it has to do with Bitcoin's like base price. So, we've all heard the horror stories of people losing millions in crypto because they throw out the hard drive, this, that, Bitcoin unrecoverable. So, this article points out this Chainalysis estimates that as much as 23% of the Bitcoins in circulation are lost for good. So, yeah, that is unfortunate for the people that lost it, but you know what that means for us holders that know our seed phrases is that those 23% can't sell their Bitcoin. It's locked up forever. So basically, that means that um, they're not selling anytime soon. So that's just going to increase the inherent value of Bitcoin because much of it is lost. 1/5 of it is lost. The last thing I'd like to point out has to do with the U.S. dollar, and this is just a classic U.S. debt clock. You can see the national debt's at 31 trillion. I know that the U.S. can just print more money, and it's not the biggest issue, but I want to point out a key factor in here. You know, it it hasn't really been a concern about the U.S. national debt until it started surpassing our GDP, and our GDP is 26 trillion, national debt's 31 trillion. So that's a bit of an issue there. I think with it more inflation and the clear instability of the dollar, that this only leaves room for Bitcoin to make a breakthrough and a decentralized currency to take over, and Bitcoin is really the answer. So this number is only going up. I mean, it doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, this number is only going up. And this number is going up too, but not at the same rate that this is going up. So all answers lead back to Bitcoin. Let me know what you think of my analysis. This is not really financial advice, just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt, but I'm curious what's your guys' thoughts, so let me know in the comments, and peace.